All right, y'all. So today I kind of wanted to talk about mentorship. And I know, people talk about mentorship all the time. And I think we should continue to have conversations about mentorship because everyone's perspective about mentorship is different. So, what I wanted to discuss is like active and passive mentorship. And you should know the difference, especially, those who are one looking at graduate programs and who you want to be your research mentor, research advisors, to people who are maybe even going into academia or going into industry or going into your job, right? Being a professor or whatever. You got to look at who you want to what kind of departments you want to be in. Do they actively mentor you or do they passively mentor you? And we have to know what the difference is between the two. So um, and I'm giving you my definitions of these things, right? Um, so let's start off with passive mentorship. So passive mentorship really is just, they are your mentor on paper, right? Um, they're a good mentor when things are good, but they're a shitty mentor when things are bad, right? So they don't really check in on you. You can reach out to them. They'll write you a great letter of recommendation, which and this is I might make another video on this, but there are mentors for every season. There are mentors for uh, every single need. You need that's why you need multiple mentors for each and every single need that you need, right? So some mentors are just good for letters of recommendation, right? It looks good on paper. Um, and also mentorship and being mentored, it's a two-way street, right? They have to be willing to reach out and you have to be willing to reach out to them. So if you're not willing to have that active relationship, and again, active and passive, if you're not willing to have that active relationship with them, then you can't complain about bad mentorship. I know for me, I try to keep in contact with my mentors now, not in any like, oh, I'm annoying you or annoying you like I'm hitting you up every week like, hey, what's up? Like, nah, we ain't doing none of that. At least not with all my mentors, but uh, you know, not every single one is going to be active in that way. And then so as I'm talking about active, let's talk about active mentorship. They're great when things are good, and they're also great when things are bad. And what I mean by this is that when things are bad, they aren't absent. They are checking in on you. They're asking you, hey, what do you need? You need anything? How can I help? Right? They know your situation and they're here to help you. But they also being very supportive of your situation. They are, giving you the real, the truthful, the raw, like everything. They're not fluffing it up for you. They was like, hey, this is what you need to do. This is what's going on. This is how you should handle this. This is how you should handle that. So I think, we need to know the differences between the two because not every mentor is meant to be an active mentor. Not every mentor is meant to be a passive mentor, right? So if you're looking for an active mentor, find an active mentor. If you're looking for someone passive, fine, cool, get a passive mentor, right? So when it comes to, an active mentor, make sure that you are having that active two-way street. I know for me, when I'm going through whatever I'm going through, right? If I had a rough patch, I have multiple active mentors who will reach out and be like, hey, is everything good? Do you need anything? We're here to help, all those things, right? And those are great people to have in your corner, and I have passive mentors who I might, talk to once a year, if that, but they're still willing to send a letter of recommendation if needed, and a great one. So, you know, there's a different mentor for every single need that you need in your, career, and you have to be able to identify who they are and what they are to you. So that's all I got for active and passive mentorship. So make sure you know the difference.